Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business edition, and today we're going to be talking about Uber, Can't Report Crimes, and a bunch of other news. So these are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you want to catch the show live. Before we jump on in, if you want to help support this channel, you can check out my affiliates page, switchedtolinux.com/affiliates. This has all the ways you can help support the channel. I think it has all my affiliates, just other ways to help support the channel as well, but there's shopping links through Amazon, web hosting, VPNs, some podcasting stuff. And if you head on over to the site, you can find the support page as well from the menu. And this will have things like Think Life Media, Patreon. I have a merch store. And there's the affiliates and PayPal stuff as well, which our first story is actually going to be talking about PayPal. I am looking for a way to replace PayPal because PayPal is a bunch of slimy people, and I am really, really sick of them. It kind of comes down to somebody ordered a book, and that, like, literally, I think they ordered the book like 11 p.m. that night. The following morning, less than 12 hours later, I take it out to the post office, drop it off. I have a delivery confirmation, and the person comes back and says, I never got my book. So I sent to PayPal the copy of the order, the actual receipt from mailing off at the post office, and the postal notice that says it was delivered. And a picture of their house from Google Maps, by the way, indicating it's a very safe and secure drop-off location. PayPal rejected my claim and refunded them their money. Yeah, I hate PayPal. I want to stop using PayPal. And even more after this. So this actually first showed up about 6 months ago, and then a lot of people said, hey, this is nonsense. Louis Rossman did a huge video on this. So what they want to do is if you refund a PayPal order, PayPal is going to pocket your entire fee. This is so rife with abuse, so open for abuse. So the idea is when you use PayPal and you send somebody money or you buy a product, I pay PayPal 30 cents plus, I think it's like 2.9 cents. Now, there's some different caveats. Are you using them as a merchant service or using their free tier? If you're using their free tier, it's a little bit higher of a rate, a little bit lower up front. So it depends on what you're doing. But now what happens is if you go through PayPal and you place an order, and that order says, oh, we don't actually need that, and you cancel the order before I shipped it, everyone's happy, the customer gets their money back. But what PayPal does is they keep the part of the money that was the original fee. So I got only the amount of money that the person sent minus the PayPal fee. PayPal kept that fee. The person gets all their money back. I still am paying for their fee, even though no product was ever exchanged. Now, PayPal says this is in line with industry standard, and nobody does this. This is actually going to be challenged in court, most likely, and found to be illegal. So PayPal is the slimiest, scummiest, crappiest company I have ever seen, and I am looking for a way to stop having to use them. Unfortunately, I haven't really found anything without having a full-fledged merchant account, and I do not do enough volume in sales to justify that cost. So yes, unfortunately, I still have to use PayPal for donations, for Think Life Media, and for sales on my personal bookstore. But I'm looking for ways out of it because PayPal is the slimiest company in the world. They reversed this 6 months ago just to silently reintroduce it because that's what you do. You do the thing, everyone panics, everyone goes crazy, and then they reverse it, and then they come back 6 months later, and that's what seems to happen with everything. And they need to be shut down. Shut this company down. Start regulating these guys like a full-fledged bank. That's what we need to do with PayPal. I hope I wasn't unclear in any of that. All right, on to our fun favorite golden arches. Of course, we had a privacy news section. These guys are wanting to track everything we're doing. Well, now if you want to find a job, you can find a job using your Alexa device. You can also find your job with your Google device. So, of course, hey, Alexa, order me a cheeseburger for McDonald's. Confirm. Hey, Alexa, find me a job at McDonald's. Confirm. So literally, you can actually ask your Alexa to help you get started on a McDonald's application. Now, you have to go through and finish it either online or by the phone, but you can get most of the stuff done with your Alexa device or your Google device. So the idea is you're sitting there like, man, I don't know, what do we want to do? Hey, Alexa, get me a job at McDonald's, you know? And then, yeah, and then you can go through and do all of the... Whatever happened to going out and getting a job application, filling it in? I feel really sorry for you young people right now. Because, man, all this online technology and stuff, I mean, it's just not secure, people. Go get an application and fill it in. There's a few small businesses that still do that, but I don't know. Well, who would like to get a subscription service for an EV car? In fact, doesn't this thing look just like those cars from Minority Report? I mean, it's a little taller. I think in Minority Report, the cars were a little smaller, but these resemble this. So this is a full-fledged EV car, so electronic vehicle that you cannot buy. It is an exclusive subscription service. Guys, we are subscribing ourselves directly into bankruptcy here. Very frightening indeed. But now you can get subscriptions for everything. Of course, they say down here, Toyota, Audi, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Ford. These guys all have subscription models because us consumers have lost our ever-loving minds and our brains have rotted from too much over-reliance and over-dependence on subscription services as we put everything from our toilet paper to our vehicles on subscription fees. And we look down at the end, we have no idea how much money we're paying because everything just goes auto-paid to a credit card that we never really look at. And we just sit here and throwing money at the thing. It's just like throwing some pellet to a duck or something on a pond. Ever throw pellets to a duck on a pond? You don't know what you're doing anymore. You're just like throwing ducks out. You're just throwing your money at the credit card. You have no idea what's on there. You have all these subscription services. You have no conscious effort about what's going on inside of your life. That is the insanity of this. So yes, we can get our subscription-only EV car. Isn't that fascinating? Well, who found your wonderful squeeze on Match.com? The FTC is now filing a lawsuit against Match.com. So if you were one of the people that lost money in this great deal, then in about 5 years from now, the FTC will finally settle. And everyone that is affected will get $10 unless you do not already have the free Equihacks, whatever else that they're going to get to not have any pay, and so whatever. But regardless, FTC is suing Match.com because what Match.com was doing is they allow you to create a free profile, but then when somebody sends you a message saying, hey, I'd like to get to know you more, you cannot communicate with the person until you upgrade your profile to a paid profile. So you create your free profile online, then you go ahead and you get a message back from somebody, and then you pay to interact. Well, it turns out that Match.com had hundreds of thousands of what they knew were spam accounts, possibly even controlled by them themselves, that were sending messages to people that say, hey, we want to get to know you better. You would pay your money up front only to interact with somebody who wasn't actually there. And so FTC is saying, yeah, this is actually you guys tricking people into paying for a service illegitimately. So there's a giant lawsuit about this, which actually, I'm not sure which all sites this had. They have several different dating sites out there. But anyway, it would be scammers would be sending you your message. Hey, he just emailed you. You caught his eye, and now he's expressed interest. You could be the one. Read his email. But of course, to read this email, you have to pay them money. FTC did not take kindly to that, and they're just kind of like, nah, brah, not at all. Well, that's fascinating. Who uses Match.com? Did anybody find their sweetheart on Match.com? Let me know. Anyway, on to our feature story. Uber stopped its own investigators from reporting crimes to the police. This is an interesting one because, of course, I'm this giant privacy guy, and I don't really care for snitches either. But, it's kind of like I missed an opportunity in the discussion we were having yesterday on the supporter stream where we're talking about should we have the right to opt out. And the opportunity that I missed is Microsoft has been yelling up in front going, guys, we need to have the right to tell people if the government asks for information. Way Microsoft for having this high ground. I have a better idea, Microsoft. Why don't you not build your operating system to collect every piece of data about me? Then you don't have anything to turn over to them when they ask. This is much the same way. All right, much the same way. So Uber's collecting a lot of data. There's times that the Uber app, which listens apparently, that when people will issue something in the app to say, hey, this was an issue. Some people would literally, like drivers, kind of like the old taxi drivers, maybe your barber shop, whatever else. You go to the old school barber shop. Hopefully it's not Sweeney Todd cutting her hair, but you go to the old barber shop, and it was kind of like the place. It's like the therapist's office, like the bar. It's like the therapist's office, you know? You go there, you do your thing, you talk about the business, you get going on. These guys hear the secrets. You know, the butlers, the bartenders, and the barbers. Butlers, bartenders, barbers. Guys, what is it with B occupations? People with B occupations learn the secrets of the world. So just like this, sometimes these Uber drivers would hear like legitimate confessions for felony crimes. They would send these up for investigation, but Uber's law is, if you hear something, we don't want the bad press of having turned one of our paying customers over to the police, so you're not allowed to report that data. So this is one of these things. It's like, guys, if we see crime in our world, we need to report it. We're talking legit crime here, right? We see legitimate crime, we need to report it. We see somebody doing weird stuff, we need to report it. Do your part, report the stuff, let the police do their job. They might find it's a nothing burger. They might find it's an actual crime that they need to prosecute. Good. We have to do our job. So now this tech company, collecting massive swaths of data, is too afraid to actually report real crimes into the police for investigation. Why? Because they said, we're not police. We can't really investigate. The real fact is they didn't want the negative publicity of somebody being outed by talking to an Uber driver. They did not want Uber drivers to come in and turn around and go, yeah, guys, this is a little goofy here. I think that we need to look into this. Wow. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you prefer it if Uber, when they get actual information about real crimes, would you prefer if they tell the police, or would you prefer they don't? Let me know your thoughts to that in the comments down below.